Good evening, scholars, and welcome back to the Restricted Collection, a podcast about tabletop games. I'm your host, the head librarian, Chad, and this evening we are joined by our liaison to the Silver Twilight Lodge, Nick. Good evening, Nick.
Hello, hello.
How are you?
I'm doing good. One more class, and then we're done
One
with
more
another.
class. One more class. One more class. Okay, that's not a complaint. That's just more of like a...
It's kind of just a ritual at this point every time we get to the last one.
Yeah. But we are continuing the exploration of the first set of Eldritch Auxiliaries, a fan set designed by The Beard and Justin from Playing Board Games. To be clear, this is still in beta. They're still working on it, but we wanted to be able to provide our feedback on it, as well as give a call out to anybody else who is interested in taking a look at these and providing feedback. So I'll be linking to the Playing Board Games Discord, where you can find a link to the TTS mod with all of these cards, as well as where you can provide feedback on any of these. I think that about covers it. Do you want to read Moose?
Yes. Our survivor for this set is Moose Grissom. Moose being his nickname because he is the linebacker. He has 2 will, 3 book, 3 fist, and 4 foot, assistant and miskatonic traded. And as a reaction, when you move, deal 1 damage to each enemy engaged with you. Limit once per phase.
Neat. You'd think that with that ability, you'd have Guardian access. You do not.
It happens.
Yep.
And then, Elder Sign effect. +2 if there is a non-elite enemy at your location. You may automatically evade and engage it.
Evade and engage it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he wants all of those weird, like Rogue has a number of those weird abilities where it's like, yeah, you can evade the thing, but it stays attached to you. That makes sense.
Yeah, he's definitely not mad at that. He also just wants fast movement
Yeah.
that he can just kind of trigger whenever he wants.
Mm-hmm. I
And
know the play. Think you can keep up?
And he soaks for 8 and 6.
Mm-hmm. I'm intrigued. I like this so far.
I am intrigued as well. I'm looking forward to seeing what. I'm guessing we're going to be getting a lot of American football related cards, seeing as how they tend to have flavored the sets after the investigators.
Which has been really nice. Like I've been really loving the themes of the sets.
I have too.
All right. So all of the investigators in this set have 0 to 5 of a primary class, and then level 0 cards of a chosen secondary class. And so Moose can choose between Rogue and Seeker. Rogue makes complete sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
Seeker in a legacy pool mechanically makes sense to me.
Yes.
Seeker generally thematically makes sense to me. He is a college student.
Yeah, and like he can also make use of like the various like cheap allies.
Yeah.
Things just to soak, and he can effectively play, an academic army kind of deck as well. Because the thing you need for the extra slots is experience. Level 0.
Yeah. But like I don't think Seeker's a bad get for him at all. Again, if ignoring having looked at him in full total, if it's like, oh, it's an ability that's about like tanking by like dealing damage after you move, so you need to be engaged with the enemies as you move with them. It's like, oh, that's a very like guardian survivor type of thing. But if they're pivoting it more towards like no, we're going to focus on the movement side of the equation for like free fast movement, and I'm like, okay, I'm on board.
Yeah. Okay. So he also gets one copy of his signature skill card called By the Playbook, which commits for a fist, a foot, and a wild, which is practiced and tactic traded. This test is successful. Engage an enemy at your location. Deal 1 damage to an enemy at your location. You may move to a connecting location. If there are 5 or more cards in your deck, shuffle By the Playbook into it. If you fail, shuffle By the Playbook into the top 3 cards of your deck. Oh, okay.
Okay. Um, okay. So my initial reaction was going to be, oh, it's a signature skill and he only gets one copy of it. Usually our comment would be he should have at least 2 copies of his signature skill, depending on, like, barring other circumstances. The fact that this, like, replaces itself in his deck removes that kind of comment.
Yeah, and even if it fails, it goes back into his deck.
Yep.
Like, you're gonna always have this.
Unless it gets discarded by some miscellaneous effect.
Yeah, or if there are 5 or more cards if there are less than 5 cards in your deck.
Sure. So it's a strength, agility. I mean, you can commit it to anything.
Mm-hmm.
But it's strength, agility, wild. If you succeed, engage an enemy at your location, deal a damage to an enemy at your location, and then move to a connecting location with which his main ability is after you move, deal damage to each enemy engaged with you. So he's really good at taking enemies off of people and running interference, which makes perfect
Yeah,
sense for linebacker.
he's a linebacker. Yeah.
Totally on board thematically. Like, I'm getting this.
Yeah. I like this signature. This is definitely an impactful signature and I like it.
Mm-hmm. It's not like it can do 2 damage and get you a move, but it's all riding on a check, and it's not like it's blowing the check out of the water.
Yeah, and the thing is that it's an always present signature, so like it's always gonna be kind of available. It also can help him trigger his ability in the Mythos phase, which is where he's gonna be probably struggling to like try and make sure it triggers.
Limit once per phase, yeah. Neat. His weakness breaks the trend and is not a person or an embodiment of a person.
Okay.
Bogged down, not in the playbook. It's task traded. Revelation put bogged down into play in your threat area with 4 clues on it. While there are clue tokens on this card, not only enemies cannot disengage from you. Reaction after an enemy engages or attacks you, remove 1 clue from bogged down. If there are no clues on bogged down, discard it.
Huh.
This doesn't feel like a bad thing.
It doesn't. I
Because,
also have
like,
a question.
is it why is it clues?
Yes.
I have no idea. It has no functional relevance as far as I'm aware why it is clues instead of resources, because most of the time counters like this would be resources. To be totally fair, cover up has clues on it and is also a task, so maybe that's why, but in that instance you're like investigating them. I think
Don't you
cover up
get
has
it does have clues, but don't you get the clues on cover up?
no.
Oh, okay.
But like thematically it kind of makes sense because you're kind of getting clues off of it, like that's kind of what you're doing. But don't, yeah. Does it matter if it's clues or not? Not really. I just
Yeah,
don't.
it doesn't matter. It was more just a weird that it's clues. But yeah,
Yep.
is this really a weakness?
Because like at the end of the day, it means that he can disengage. He can evade things. You can evade things without them leaving your threat area, which means you can move around and not have to spend the actions re-engaging them.
That's what I was about to say. It sounds like it's a bonus.
Yeah, in solo especially, like you're going to get bogged down in this, and it could kill you and lead to a spiral. But like that's like yeah, generally speaking, I actually don't see this as like a detriment.
And then this thing will naturally remove itself as you get enemies engaged with you. Like you don't have
I
you,
I do see a yeah, because if you just keep beating things up and killing them, yeah, it just gets rid of itself. I mean, like the worst case scenario is that like a whole bunch of things attach to you like in rapid succession. But as long as you're consistently evading a few of them and like building it up, then like yeah, you'll be fine.
yeah, but then like the other thing on this too is if you're also willing to just take like an attack of opportunity, one or two attacks of opportunity as well, like
Oh
that
yeah,
will also like remove it, which you might be okay with.
yep,
I just don't know if this is a weakness.
yeah. It doesn't feel like it's not making me change how I already wanted to play. Like it's not like yeah, fine. I can't get things off of me as easily as I was, but like even before we looked at this, I was like, oh yeah, I want those rogue effects that mean that I can evade them without disengaging from them, and my weakness is a card that lets me evade without disengaging from them.
Right, like you don't want this effect.
So like, yeah, I'm.
I I I think this weakness needs to be looked at.
I agree. I'm not sure how you would do that
Well,
exactly.
it's simple. You like just like cover up, you have to have something bad if you never get it off. Like, but it'll naturally happen. You just can't
Yep.
really like control it. And it's after an enemy engages or attacks you, like the enemy has to do it. So like you can't just engage an enemy.
I suppose.
So like an enemy would have to be sitting in just an empty spot and then engage you when when it's ready. You can't it can't just be from like taking things and like you doing it and initiating the engage. So
Sure, but I guess that might be the best way to. Sorry, finish your thought.
well that was kind of just it. So like it just sits there like you can't actively it's hard to actively get rid of it outside of taking attacks.
Yeah. In a multiplayer game, I do like pivoting it towards like an incentive to be like, oh yeah, you want to engage all of the things because that feels like you're taking on, you're pushing yourself to take on more than you necessarily want to.
Hmm.
Um, but in a single player game, you know the only way enemies are going to engage you and you not be the one initiating it is just through them naturally being around and not being aloof. So it's
Right.
just like I think that's something to account for if relooking at this weakness.
I just don't see it as much of a weakness. I see it as
No,
effectively another as a signature card that you aren't controlling. So if you want this to be hurting Moose, I think you need to. This feels like a weakness that was maybe around for when Moose maybe had a different ability earlier in design.
maybe. I mean, also if the idea is that he's bogged down, and while there are clue tokens on this card, non-elite enemies cannot disengage from you. Just make it so that he can't move,
That would be tough.
or he can only move once around, or something like that. Like then you're then you're making it like it's actually hurting him.
Yeah, but you want something. You need something to like slow to make him feel slower. This doesn't make him feel slower. It's like it's bogged down, right? So he needs to like. The idea is that he's gonna that he's feeling slow because he's got like two or three enemies dragging on him. Like that's the
Yeah,
idea, the thematics behind it. But that's not here because he's not like being dragged or held back by anything. In fact, he's kind of being encouraged.
yeah, he's encouraged to evade and then sprint around a whole bunch
Hmm.
because he doesn't have to spend the action to re-engage the enemy. I
But
like what
otherwise,
Moose is doing.
yeah, I was gonna say I like Moose. Very neat. And
Hmm.
an actual kind of real, like a real enemy management and like survivor. Like
Yeah,
they exist, but it's really only like Yorick
York and Rita
and
would be
Rita.
my immediate
Yeah.
go-tos. It is interesting to compare Moose to Rita, both being very athletic investigators. Um, that Rita is more about, well, Rita's a cross-country runner. She's about sprinting and like, um, you know, she's about sprinting. She's about like, getting bonuses from the evading and doing damage from being like dodgy. Whereas Moose is just like, no, I'm gonna just like grab you and take you with me.
Yeah, I like it. I overall like a lot of things that are going on here. So
Hmm. All
okay.
right, moving on to the level 0 cards, we have Athleticism, a 3-cost survivor asset, commits for a strength and an agility, talent traded, uses 6 endurance. Reaction after you move, spend 2 endurance to move to a connecting location.
Neat.
And free trigger during an attack or evasion attempt you are performing, spend 1 endurance, you get +1 skill value for this test.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think it's fine. I kind of wish the top ability exhausted it, but otherwise,
It's
I think it's fine.
it's fine. It's probably fine.
I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like, I know you're spending it's 3 resources to get it down and action to get it down, but it's just being able to prevent just a bunch of burst movement. Just
I guess it could chain off itself.
yeah, that's kind of the reason why I'm like,
It
maybe
should
just
exhaust
exhaust it.
for a level 0 card. Yeah, you can always come along with a leveled card later and get rid of
Yeah.
that line if that's what you want. I think for a level 0 card, you don't need the burst movement on an asset.
Yeah, that's my only real like note on this card. Is just like, yeah, just I'm just very wary of some of those like burst potentials.
Yeah. It might be fine as is, but I could see for a level 0 card just like wanting to get rid of that. That would be
Yeah,
fine. Our next card is Flea Flicker, a 1-cost event. Commits for a book and a foot. It is tactic and trick traded. Fast, play during any fast window. Choose another investigator at your location and choose one. Choose and discard 2 cards from your hand. The chosen investigator draws 2 cards. The chosen investigator chooses and discards 2 cards from their hand, and you draw 2 cards.
from Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. In
Yes.
American football, the
Mhm.
flea flicker is an unorthodox or trick play designed to fool the defensive team into thinking that a play is a run instead of a pass.
You don't want to feel like a robot, I could just tell you that. I do know things about football.
Oh, I'm sorry. I actually was just like, man, for how many years I've known you, it's like, yeah, I didn't know you were into football.
It's less about being into football and more like my family is really into football. So
Ah,
I have picked up on all this since I was like 6. So I like I
yeah,
know
I
what
just
flea
tuned all
flicker
that
is.
out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
So flea flicker is effectively like when you after you get it, you literally like flick the ball to the side to someone else.
sure. Well, you learn something new every day. This is neat. I like this.
I like the effect.
Yeah,
Especially because you can do it at any time. So it's kind of just one of those things where you're gonna use it when you most need it for
yep.
whoever.
I like understanding the theme of this card. I much more appreciate what this card is doing.
Yes. Yeah. Here's the ball. Um, I'm just trying to think. how frequently you want to ask someone to discard 2 cards from their hand so that you can draw 2 cards.
Um, who takes Survivor in this set? This guy takes Survivor. Yvette takes Survivor. Delphine takes Survivor. Was that the other one?
I believe so.
Okay, I was just making sure that it wasn't because I know it's not Mr. Rhodes, but I was concerned because I was imagining this in combo with Mr. Rhodes. Yeah, it's Delphine. Because he wants to discard cards, but this could be good for Moose with the discard tech in combination with the low hand size stuff from Seeker.
Oh, I agree with all that. I'm more just talking about like how many times am I going to ask my teammate to lose 2 of their cards so that I can draw 2?
Here's the weird thing. It's not a choice. If you play Flea Flicker and choose me, you get to decide that I have to discard 2 cards from my hand so that you can draw 2 cards.
That's what I'm saying. But you're going to talk about it first because you're not going to be a complete dick. So, like, that's just I guess my point. It's like I totally get and see the first one where
Yes.
you want to be able to control and discard cards from your hand and you give someone else cards. That's fine, and I think the main ways you're going to be doing this. I just don't see how often the second mode will actually be chosen. Unless you're playing with another survivor that is playing with discard tech.
Sure.
Or I guess if you want to use some of the low hand size stuff and like you have a seeker that's doing that, then maybe they want that. But I feel like they also then want to then use their effects that are getting their hand size low.
So let's take your Tony Morgan deck, for example.
Uh-huh.
It draws a good amount of cards.
It can. It
Or
mostly
it
just
can. Or
it just sits on a bunch of cards, really.
okay, then perhaps let's take your Preston deck.
Okay.
Your Preston deck draws a lot of cards.
Yes.
And so if you were already planning on discarding a couple of cards at the end of your turn, or at the end of the round because you were at too many cards, this is just a way for me, if I'm a survivor, I know Preston can take survivor cards, but if me as a survivor just to be like, hey, you're going to discard a few of those anyway, do you mind? And then you're like, sure, I've got cards for days because I'm rich. And then I'm like, cool, thanks, Preston. But like, that's us talking and in a situation, but like I can see
that is a reasonable situation that I can understand. Like
I can see like especially with seeker decks around, like people with a lot of cards who are going to have to discard a few any. This is a way for a survivor to siphon some of that.
And okay, so that at least makes sense then. I was just trying to figure out like when that situation might actually come up. But that makes sense. Especially because you can do it in any fast window, which means you can do it after like in the enemy phase when you know like effectively what you're gonna need to be using and not whatnot.
Yeah, and there's a free trigger right at the beginning of the upkeep phase.
Yeah, or even then.
So
like, so there's plenty of windows there. Okay.
All right. Next is the football helmet. It takes up the hat slot. I would be surprised if it didn't.
I'm glad it does.
Beard made the comment like, yeah, we're trying to design these to be like in line with like the player or chapter 2 card pool, and I'm like, okay, nice to have some context. So it's 3 cost asset, commits for a will and an agility item, armor, headwear. Reaction after a non-elite enemy makes an attack of opportunity against you, exhaust football helmet. That enemy gets -1 damage until the end of the round to a minimum of 0. And it soaks for 1 damage.
That's reasonable.
That's, especially in light of what Moose is doing, really good.
Yeah, it's entirely a reasonable. It's just a reasonable card for Moose.
Yep. I think it could be 2 cost and would still be just as good. I don't know if it needed to be 3, but I have no real other issues or I have no other real comments on it. Like I like it, but other than that, I'm like, yeah, it could have been. I think it could have been 2, but I'm fine with it at 3.
The fact that it also just can reduce 1 damage to 0.
Yeah, but it's after you get hit the first time, so it's for all subsequent attacks. Do you?
No,
Do you,
it's after they make the attack of opportunity, but before they hit you.
No, I read after it makes an attack of opportunity means that the attack is concluded.
I would normally take that to mean after you are dealt damage by an enemy attack would be the I guess the word initiates is in Arkham. But that's normally meant for
Yeah,
tests.
and they usually sit there and go after you've been what's Diana's language? Not Diana, Daniela.
The real thing I want is what is the trench knife. That's the real text I want. Trench knife. Trench knife? Not the trench knife.
Trench knife is not what
Not
you're
the
looking
trench
for. I think you're looking for
Is it the
um,
what's that knife?
survivalist.
Survival knife?
I think so.
Because that one's after an enemy attack deals damage to you during the enemy phase. The leveled one is when an enemy attacks you during the enemy phase, and then it says before resolving that attack.
So that's
But that's
when an enemy attacks you, whereas this is after an enemy attacks you. Um, what's the police gun? Um, just looking for similar effects.
yeah.
So sometimes I have the darndest time finding anything in Arkham DB when I'm like looking for, depending on how I'm looking for it.
I know.
Service revolver. After an enemy attacks you, spend 1 ammo,
Okay,
fight.
so yeah, so you're right. So yeah, it will have to do that.
And then let's just check the wording on Daniela.
No,
Just to
you
be
found it. You found it. You found it. You don't have to. You don't have. We don't need 3 sources to verify. You found it.
okay. But yeah, as I said, I think since you have to take the first hit, I'm fine with it being 2 cost, but that's a balancing issue, not like um, not a major overhaul.
Yeah, I like it a little less now.
Okay, that's fair.
It's a lot less good since it like I would it would make more sense to me if I didn't have to already take a hit because like that doesn't like make sense for like what it is.
Yeah, I get that. It's because like maybe the idea is that you have that first initial like
I know
hit.
I know why it's like this. You don't have to tell me. I know why they're trying to phrase it like this. But like all the things that will let you move outside of like getting an immediate action that you then take to move is you're not taking attacks of opportunity for moving.
Yeah,
So like this feels like a weird thing that is covering a niche that really isn't there. The way it's phrased.
sure. If it was when an enemy attacks you, and then it would let you reduce the damage you're about to take, I think 3 costs is fine for that.
I don't even think it's a cost problem. I don't think this is covering what you wanted to cover for Moose.
Okay.
Because it specifically says attack of opportunity against you.
Yeah, it is pretty niche.
It's not just pretty niche, it's extremely niche. Like by the time you do the thing that's going to do an attack of opportunity against you, pretty much like moving, for example, you're going to have taken the attack of opportunity and then moved. And like now you've done your ability that's once per phase. So like I don't know. I just don't think this effect does that much. And then it does nothing against enemies with horror.
Yeah.
Our next card is football pads. Another 3 cost asset that commits 4 fist, item and armor traded. Takes up the body slot. Fast, during your turn, exhaust football pads to engage. Engage an enemy at your location. If that enemy was engaged with another investigator, deal 1 damage to that enemy and 1 direct damage to football pads. So, once again, we have this phrasing that has happened before.
That.
I like.
Yeah, Go ahead, sorry.
I like this effect, but we do have this effect that I think happened with the Guardian cards, where there was an engage and then engage an enemy at your location, which makes me like. So as this reads, you get to engage 2 enemies at your location.
Which really doesn't feel like the intent, and until you pointed out that interpretation, not how I was reading it.
Yeah, but like
But I see what you're saying.
it's like you don't have to tell me that I get to engage an enemy at my location because that's what the bold engage word means.
Yeah.
Like you would only ever like say that something like that afterwards if it meant something different. So like that sentence could go if that's needed. Or if you wanted me to let me engage 2 things, that's fine. But then like the bold engage is just an engage, and then the rest of the text only applies to the next enemy engaged, which is more of an issue because you need then 2 enemies there to make this work.
Yeah, I think you can just cut the engage an enemy at your location.
I think you just cut the bold engage because
You don't need it technically.
you shouldn't have it. I don't think. I don't
I
think.
mean, it's.
I guess you can. You should. I don't think you need it for the engage. Normally, you would only ever have bolds like this for like evades, investigates, or fights. Something that's initiating a test.
Well,
Because it'd be like if you said fast parlay.
which can be relevant and matter for certain things. So,
I guess.
I agree with you that strictly speaking, it does not need to be. It does not need the bold evade because it is a free trigger, and because there's nothing that I can think of that triggers off of engaging in a beneficial way yet. But if there was an effect, let's say, that was like every time you engage,
I mean,
take an engage action, draw a card, then football pads having the engage word would be relevant. But at least on, reviewing the language on engage, to engage an enemy at the same location, just, engage an action that investigators may take during his or her turn in the investigation phase, and you just grab the enemy at your location. I don't know if the subsequent language is needed, but it also might just be a phrasing thing that has been accepted as meaning 1 engage, which is just what it is.
You got to get rid of one of them. Take your pick.
Yeah, or if it was like engage, parentheses, engage an enemy at your location, end parentheses, using it as reminder text.
I don't think that's needed.
I don't think that's needed either, but if it's there might be a card when this gets into the hands of the world, the beard might turn around to me and go, hey Chad, here is the card that we're templating it off of, and this is how the card's been ruled, and so this is why we're doing it this way. But I agree with you. I don't strictly think that it seems obvious to me what it does.
If that is the case, and that is what happens, then I will turn to FFG and look at them and say that they are dumb for their templating because that's not what their card means. And they
Yeah,
keep and don't change your freaking rules to match your typos. Just
yeah.
change the card.
So treating this as how I think it is, I think for 3 cost, 3 soak, and free trigger to engage an enemy. I
I
mean,
mean,
this
no,
works.
it's really good for doing that. I have no problem with it. It's a good effect. It
So
One of those engages needs to go because it reads as you get to engage two enemies.
I would like to compare this against the Riot Whistle, which is a 2 cost Guardian accessory slot that you may take an additional action during your turn, which can only be used to engage. Um, so this costs 1 more, but soaks for 3, and then if it was used on an enemy engaged with another investigator, you deal a damage to it and take a damage onto football pads. I think for what you're getting out of this, and it's a less competitive slot, I think football pads is pretty great.
No, it's really good. Like I like the card. It does what you want it to do, and it will like keep you going as well. I
Yeah.
just think that you should not have the two engages because it reads that you get to engage two enemies.
The next card is Good Hustle, which is a 0 cost event, commits for an agility. It is spirit traded. Fast, play after you move 2 or more total times during your turn to draw a card and heal a horror.
Sure.
Sure. That's sure. That's great for a lot of movement builds that you can already do out of Survivor, so no notes.
Yep. Just cantrips to heal a horror on a condition.
Yep,
It's fine. No,
that's
no
fine.
real, no real notes. It will fit into an archetype somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, the name of the card got me. Our next one is No Time to Bleed. Got time to duck? Um,
I don't have enough time. I fought this boss before.
no, well, the joke is from Predator. Uh,
Yes.
but it is a skill card that commits for a wild. It is desperate traded. While No Time to Bleed is committed to a skill test, if there is one or more doom among cards at your location, cancel all damage and or horror dealt to the performing investigator, including damage horror from failed tests.
Okay, so this is mostly directed towards Delphine, but
Yeah,
it's a 1 wild rider that protects you from the retaliate keyword.
yeah, just that's pretty much what it does. I'm trying to figure
Like
out what else like you would be. I guess because
haunted.
you commit. No, because by the time you get to haunted, the test is already over, right? Oh no, I guess damage or from failed tests. So you're right.
Yeah,
Um, but like I guess also like since you commit cards one at a time, you commit this first, and then like if cards deal damage to you when you commit them or things like that.
sure. Or if your spell, like Shriveling, would deal you a horror because you pulled a bad token.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
it's fine.
it seems fine.
It seems it's not my type of skill card.
I in the right deck I'd play this, but it's a Doom deck. The only reason you'd play this is in a Doom deck.
Yeah, it's just also I don't know. I just don't think that it's never an effect I'm really looking for personally.
Sure.
But that's me. I'm particular about the skill cards, and I don't normally like the mitigation ones unless like there's specific reasons to want certain things. Or certain types
Yeah.
of mitigation cards that are better than others. So
I I feel bad to get on this soapbox again, but why is this card desperate?
Doom.
Like even even with the expanded definition of desperate that has been introduced in this set, this feels even further away from the other desperates that have been used in this set.
Well, there's a Doom among cards at your location.
But that's they didn't use desperate for any Doom stuff that I recall in the Mystic cards.
Sure, but I don't know if there's any desperate cards at all on the Mystic cards.
That's why I
Most of
guess
those
that's kind of
are
my
activated because
point.
they okay, but the difference was those cards were adding Doom. This is like there is Doom here, and so I am therefore more desperate because things look dire.
Yeah, I guess I if there is
Desperate doesn't
a
have any real flavored trait. It can be expanded upon in many different ways.
I get that. I'm just like desperate was very small and specific in the official card game. I get that. And like they expanded it to be like, "Oh, it includes trauma stuff." And I'm like, "Sure, that makes sense." Um I guess my point here, the moral of all of this is whatever desperate is trying to be applied to by this set, I am not getting a clear understanding of exactly
Well, how
how they
about on
want
the
it to
brink then?
be, other than flavorfully, you're in a desperate situation, but most cards can be described as flavorfully, you're in a desperate situation.
Okay, but then how about on the brink?
On the brink.
That's the one from chapter 2, the survivor card, where you
They put desperate on a new card that I didn't know.
yeah.
Okay, okay. Let me walk this back a second. Let me check something before I. What is what is desperate on?
I don't
It's
know.
literally just okay.
Yeah, it's
It's
on the cards
literally
you
just
can't.
on the brink and the desperate cards from
Yeah.
originally.
Yes.
Okay, I will retract my soapbox. I said this in the other set. You win this time, the beard and Justin from playing board games.
Yeah, like it's here. It has no real meaning outside of the fact that they put it on 4 cards, now 6 in chapter with two cards in chapter 2. Like,
Traits have meaning, Nick.
do they though? I come from Netrunner,
Oh, that's fair.
where traits just are literally flavor tags. You don't get to talk to me about your traits at least trigger off of things.
Yeah,
It took
that's
us
fair.
like 7 years before we got anything that did that.
Okay. I ignoring whatever quibbles I may or may not have about the desperate keyword. I like this card, but it's only going to be in Doom decks. I
It,
otherwise it's
yeah.
just a one wild card.
It also just even in Doom decks, I just don't know how much it really offers.
Okay, actually let's dial this back before we move on. Let's explore this a little bit. If it was I wish this card was just like actually had like an effect of where it's like, yeah, if it's committed to while it's committed to a skill test, cancel um, one damage or horror dealt for each doom you have amongst cards. No, that's too wordy. I'm just trying to think of like a way to either like push it more into like you want to be playing with doom stuff, or push it into a it has a basic effect that is accented by doom. Because it's
Uh,
just
yeah, I'm
I don't know.
like even with all that, like I would have to be going into a situation where I could be like this card to me reads as, oh hey, this is like this to me should not have any wild, and you can just commit it to one any of your skill tests. and it is literally just here to be like, oh, this is effectively fail tech. This is me saying like it is here in Moose so that he can like take an evade or something like that. And if the
Yep.
enemy is alert, he can throw this in here, not take damage, and like just keep and then just go again. But like to me, like I don't know. Like to me this should be fail tech. And then it just is canceling out the bad thing of the test. So like this is like why you're doing it.
Yeah.
Personally, like that's how this should be, and I just don't see it as anything else. I don't normally like mitigation cards like this because you're putting a card in your deck to not take a tempo loss, and like, and it's just not. I would rather just succeed a test. You know what I mean? Like, if that's what
Yeah.
this is for, like, my relationship with skill cards is weird. Okay, I don't always play with them, and when I do, I want certain. I'm looking for certain kinds of effects. So
Sure. Let's move on.
yes, our next card is offensive play. A one-cost event commits for a fist and a foot. It is a tactic. So Q mark. Fast. Play after you enter a location. Choose a non-elite enemy at your location. That enemy attacks you unless you moved 2 or more times this turn. Automatically evade that enemy.
Okay.
Hmm.
So it feeds into them moving a whole bunch. Track shoes is a great pick in Moose, but it's
Mm-hmm.
just a one cost automatic evade that's contingent on a bunch of movements.
Evade is always going
That's
to happen.
it's just maybe it hits you.
Yeah.
A one cost fast evade isn't bad.
With the potential that you get hit or attacked.
Yeah, like the most comparable thing I can think of is Stray Cat, which costs you an action to play and it takes up your ally slot, but it's a free trigger fast evade. So this saves you the action and the ally slot, but if you haven't been moving enough, you get hit.
I don't think it's a bad card.
I don't think it's a bad card.
I think it's niche and people will give it a try.
Yeah, I actually really like it in Daniela because who cares if it attacks me?
Well, yes, in Daniela, she probably really likes it because she wants it to attack her.
Yeah, Daniela doesn't mind like effects that hit you for bonus. Daniela doesn't mind this for fast evade. Either version of her. Yorick probably's got the soak that he doesn't care if he needs to evade something. Um, Carson. I keep saying Carson when I mean Calvin. Calvin doesn't mind this. Tommy doesn't mind this. Old Tommy.
Actually, old
Yeah,
Tommy also probably really likes it.
I'm a fan. I am a fan.
Yeah, it's nice.
I haven't been. This is the biggest. This is the most enthusiastic I've been about American football in who knows how long.
But we still got more, so temper your
Uh,
excitement.
Next is Read the Field. A zero cost event commits for an agility insight traded, which means that's going to be an interesting get for the seeker version of Agatha, Kate, and parallel Roland Banks.
Uh-huh.
All right, so fast play when you engage an enemy. Reduce your location's shroud value by 1 for the next investigation test performed by any investigator this round. If you played this card during your turn, reduce the shroud value by 2 instead.
Okay.
Sure. So, if I take an enemy off of somebody else, it'll reduce the shroud value by 2. If I move into a location that has an enemy and it engages me, it reduces the shroud value by 2. It's a zero cost. Yeah, I don't mind this at all.
Perfectly fine. It just works only on one test.
It only works on one test. It only works for the turn that you play it, or the round that you play it. But, like, I don't mind this.
Yeah,
I don't even mind this so much in Roland Banks.
yeah, and it's not even bad
Parallel
in
Roland.
Moose. Not even bad in Moose himself.
No.
He's got that 3 book. Okay. Our next card is Resigned to Fate. Another skill card. Commits for a wild. Desperate and spirit traded. When you commit Resigned to Fate, you may take up to 2 damage. For each damage taken, Resigned to Fate gains Fist, Foot, and Wild, which I believe we had a Seeker.
We had a Seeker card that does this because it's the same type of
Yeah.
effect for Yvette.
Okay.
I same comments. I like this. I probably like this more in Survivor than I do in Seeker, but I like it.
The cards. This is in general. I think both cards are good. I think both cards are good skill cards. So
Yeah.
no soldier outlives 1,000 chances.
Mm-hmm. Tough as Nails is next. It's a 0-cost event. Spirits traded commits for a will. Gain 1 resource for each damage and or horror on your investigator card to a maximum of 5 resources. Pessimist complains about the wind. The optimist expects it to change. The realist adjusts the sail. William Arthur Ward. Okay, so
I mean, I like this
so
card.
I like this card as well. Now, astute listeners will remember that I had a grumble about burst economy in the Beard Circus set for Survivor. Now, I think this addresses some of those problems where it's an action to play, it's not fast, and it can't burst as high as the other one did.
Yeah. Generally, I don't think your economy cards should be fast. Like economy cards like this
Yeah,
should be fast. So like that is a general thing that I have. And on top of that, this is just like a solid effect and probably should have been in Survivor a long time ago. Honestly.
yeah. I can. There's probably more, but I can only think of off the top of my head one fast resource card, like event. Um, because
It's
and it. Sorry, go
upgraded
ahead.
upgraded emergency cash?
Nope.
Oh.
It's a level 1 rogue card.
And it's an event that is a money card? Oh, that's not fast.
The card it's a synergy card called Cheat the
Oh,
System.
right. Right, cheat the system. The card that I never play.
It's a card that most people will never like. It's not good for most decks. Like it's in like a standard deck where you can get like 3 classes pretty easily amongst cards that you
Yeah.
have. Like yeah, fine. It's a fast $3. That's not bad.
There are worse
Um,
things. It's like it's
but
not bad. It's just like the what you're getting for it is for all the work is not that much.
yeah, it's yeah. I'm fine with. I like this card.
I
I'm
like
like
this
you can
card.
get 5 resources with a single card, and I'm like yeah, but you have to be half dead for it.
Yeah.
And if the base point that we're comparing this to is emergency cash, this is only 2 more than emergency cash. Yeah, I no qualms.
Like Faustian is one of the best cards and it gets you 5 that you can give to other people and you had to put
Yeah.
curses in the deck. This you have to have way more against you. The nice thing about this card though is that you can play it while engaged to take the attack of opportunity to get
Oh
damage
yeah.
and horror on you to then get more money. So fun little tech for anyone who wants to be playing with this card.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I just think it's a good card. Like I said, it's probably just an effect that should be in Survivor.
Yeah.
And then our last level 0 card is a Vaulting Pole, a 3-cost asset that commits for a foot, item, weapon, and melee traded. Action fight. You get plus X fist for this attack, where X is the number of times you have moved this round. This attack deals +1 damage, and it takes up 2 hand slots.
Huh. I it's so the initial thing is like it's a melee weapon that just does +1 damage all day every day at level 0.
Mm-hmm.
Um
And then can conditionally get more.
yeah, but there's not a lot of high strength in Survivor.
There is not.
So and it does take up both hand slots. So I'm okay with this mechanically.
I think it is fine.
I think it is fine. I'm a little confused why it's coming with the linebacker, because
That was
I
my
mean this
thought.
as
We've
I'm
we've had like some cards that weren't directly football themed in its art, but like I can still see from the name still like being a part of that, like Tough as Nails and a couple other cards.
yeah.
No Time to Bleed. Um and like Design to Fate isn't there. But like a lot of others are. But like this one is like the one that's kind of like not quite in place. But it's fine.
Yeah, it's an oddity thematically, but like it's fine. I'll second you. All
Okay.
right.
XP cards.
XP cards. I believe it's my turn.
Yes.
Athleticism gets an upgrade. It is 2 costs now instead of 3. It is level 2 instead of level 0. It commits for a strength and an agility. It is still a talent traded. And because I failed to mention this before, because it is a non-permanent talent, Jenny Barnes, Parallel
Yes.
Jenny Barnes, cares about it. Uses 8 endurance. Reaction after you move, you can spend 2 endurance to move to a connecting location. I still think that should exhaust, but fine. And then during an attack or evasion test at your location, spend the endurance. The performing investigator gets +2 skill value for this test. Sure. It's the level 0 version, but better.
Yeah. The bottom ability is much better. It
Yeah,
not
because
only
it's 2 instead
plus
of 1.
no, it also works for anyone. I think the first one was only you. I think the level 0 one
Oh,
for you.
that's a big boost then. As we both go back to check. Yeah, it's 1 versus your performing as opposed to... Yeah, good catch.
So it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
It probably should discard itself when it's out.
Yeah, and that's probably a comment for the original one too.
Like I just realized that now looking at this. Like there's
Because
no
it's...
way to ever refill it. But maybe that's
Yeah,
also intentional.
maybe. Um, I still think that the movement ability should be
It
exhaust, but
it
that's
probably
a
should.
quibble.
I, at least on the level 0, you could, if you wanted to, you could take it off the level 2. But like, if it never discards itself and you have to find a way to discard it, I'm kind of fine with it because then you're literally just spending all of your movements on one big burst. So
Sure.
it's it's athleticism but better. So if you had a use for the level 0 and can take the level 2, you'll probably want it.
Yeah.
Our next card is Blitz. A 2-cost level 3 event, commits for 3 foot, is tactic traded. Fast, play only during your turn. Move up to 3 times. This movement ignores all text on treacheries, non-elite enemies, and revealed locations that would prevent you from moving or add additional costs to moving. Time you-
Okay.
The first time you leave a location with one or more enemies during this movement, deal one damage to each of those enemies.
So loving the theme.
I do love that. It still doesn't stop attacks of opportunity.
Um, you'll take an attack of opportunity when you play it,
Well, it's
but
fast.
not. Oh no, so there are no attacks of opportunity
Even on the movements?
because you're not taking an action to move. You're
Okay.
just
Just
being
making sure.
moved.
I always I just always like to make sure I know how this is going to work. So,
Yep. Um, it's kind of like in this instance, it's kind of like being moved by shortcut.
sure.
Um, interesting that Parallel Roland can take this, and I don't think he minds this particularly, but that's a niche. Bringing up saying that a parallel investigator can take something is it's kind of a niche thing to say.
I have one more question.
Sure.
Oh, but like, wouldn't with Scout Ahead you would take the attacks of opportunity?
Um, Scout Ahead would provoke an attack of opportunity to play it,
But the movement?
but the movement itself shouldn't be a problem. Let me reread Scout Ahead. Yeah, when you first play it, you would trigger an attack of opportunity. But
Yeah, I get that part. I'm always talking about the movements with this discussion right
no,
now.
it's not. You're not taking actions to move. It's the
Okay.
spending of the action that is the
I
trigger.
gotcha. I gotcha. I gotcha. It's
Um, yeah, I like this, especially if you're taking a look at compared to Scout Ahead. It costs more than Scout Ahead. Um, it's 3 XP versus no XP, but it's fast. It lets you prevent all shenanigans slowing you down, and it lets you deal out damage a little bit if the stars align properly. I like this.
yeah.
Sorry, I'm just parsing the last clause. The first time you leave a location with one or more enemies, so you have to be leaving them behind. So
Yes.
this explicitly does not work for the damage portion of this. Explicitly does not work on enemies that are coming with you because you have to be leaving them behind. Got it.
Yes.
Yep, all good. Um, Next up is Fourth Down. It is a 1 XP zero cost tactic and spirit event that commits for a wild. Fast, play only after you have taken your third action during your turn. Ready an asset you control, then take an additional action this turn. Each test taken during this action gets +1 difficulty. Then remove Fourth Down from the game.
Hmm.
Okay.
It's good that it removes itself from the game.
Yes. So I'm going to sound really stupid if I get this wrong. Um, if I remember the rules of football, American football correctly, the fourth down is the last attempt to move the ball a sufficient amount of yards before it gets turned over to the other team to try to advance.
Yep. You are correct. You have to get it past the first down line.
I got a sports trivia question. Woo! I don't know. I don't even know if that qualifies as actually sports trivia.
Yeah. I wouldn't call it trivia. It's definitely the rules of football.
Sure.
Um,
Goes to
um,
show how much I pay attention to professional sports.
yeah. I especially like the joke here because you can't have like if it gives you the fourth action.
Yep. And you ready an asset, but it doesn't have to be used in the action, so you could ready a free trigger.
Yeah, you could ready anything. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, this is really good.
It is pretty good.
I don't think it's too good. I might say it should be worth 2 XP.
I was about to say something similar. I'm I really want to know if how much you really want this to be available to anyone with level 1 survivor access. I don't know. Don't know how much it really matters. 'Cause
I mean, I
it's only
guess at
one
the end
time.
of the day, it's just getting you an additional action at +1 difficulty if you take any tests, and an asset ready.
Yeah.
I guess it's like I'm looking at this like, oh, in the right situation, this is magic, but I'm like, yeah, but in most situations, like, and like on paper, it's getting you an action, and it's like,
I'm
I
always
guess
so I'm always so like I don't know if I'd ever really take this card.
okay.
It gets me an action. This is my rogue brain playing Arkham. It's like, oh boy, an action that is conditional upon a certain condition and then gives me some extra things. Like, but I play green. I just get actions. And this is literally only one time because it removes itself from the game.
I mean, so here's my question: does this need to remove itself from the game?
Yes.
Why? Because it can only be played after you've. I guess it should be play only after you have concluded, well, finished your third action.
Sure. But my answer is Hunter's Instinct.
I suppose leveled up Hunter's Instinct, but even then, it's only getting you like 4 or 5 additional actions in a game, and you have to spread it out over 4 or 5 different turns.
Okay, Leo DeLuca also might only give you like 10 extra actions, but like cost you 6. So like
Sure.
if we're gonna play the math, right? Like the whole point is that that loop is probably too strong
Okay.
because it also lets you ready assets that you probably shouldn't be that the design of those assets is that they exhaust.
Sure. Okay. I'm more comfortable with this at 1 XP.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
I don't.
I like the joke of it and that you get
Yeah.
the action. Um, yeah,
Okay.
I think it's fine.
As I'm zeroing in on like how I feel about this card, because I'm trying to like I keep thinking about it, and like I'm keep on trying to be like, how good is this? I like it. I think it's good. What if it was level 0?
Yeah, no good.
Why not? Too accessible?
Yep. It's the
Oh,
same question I have about it being 1 XP. Still pretty accessible. Uh
but it's just an extra action and a ready, and if it removes itself from the game,
yeah, but readying a card is that powerful.
okay.
Like look at everything that lets you ready something.
Mostly it's in Guardian.
Yeah, well, see, it's in Guardian. And like but anything that lets you ready something like is like a bare minimum of 2 XP, especially if it's something that lets you do it repeatedly.
Yeah.
Like like and it's pretty sparse as well. Like readying cards is one of the most powerful effects in Arkham,
Yep. Okay.
and they know it. Okay. Our next card is Moses Rollins, the varsity coach. A 3 cost level 1 asset. Commits for a fist and a foot. Ally and Miskatonic traded. You get +1 fist and reaction after you fail a skill test. Exhaust Moses Rollins to move to a connecting location.
Huh.
That's fine.
That seems fine. I can see why you would take Moses instead of Jessica if what you're looking for is a if what you're looking for is movement over consistent healing. But like it's comparable to Jessica, I'm okay with this.
Mhm. And once again, he does the thing that I mentioned that like Moose wants, which is like a way to move during the Mythos phase. So if he fails a skill test in the Mythos phase, he can exhaust and shoot to whoop.
Yeah. And with 2 will, you're probably failing a few.
Yeah, like there's gonna be cards you fail.
All right. Read the field, level 2. Still 1 cost. Commits for 2 agility. Fast play when you engage an enemy. Reduce your location shroud by 1 until the end of the next investigation phase. If you played this card during your turn, reduce the shroud value by 2 instead. So it now works for the entirety of the turn.
This one's much better.
Yeah.
I
For a
mean,
level 2 upgrade, pretty
yeah,
good.
like it should. Like the level 0 was good. But the level 2 is pretty good. I do. This is one of those cards that is like, oh yeah, this is one of those like good like team up cards. Time for everyone to drill down now.
Yeah. Yeah. Just a solid upgrade.
Okay. Sorry, I can't help but chuckle. The, the face on this art is just a little goofy to me.
It's
Not a
very
bad.
confident.
Well, to me it looks like it's both squished and has a big nose, so like the proportions seem just kind of goofy. But that's not a problem. It's just like that's the face. I would
Yeah.
laugh if it was just
The, the helmet frames the head in a weird way.
yeah. It's just the particular art. You'd have to see it, and it's just like it makes it pop and is just funny. Is the first thing I saw.
Do you? The music that's going through my head is "Stop in the name of love." Sorry.
Sure. That this is also the Heisman pose, so that's why he's doing this, because that's
Yeah.
the MVP of college football. It's the Heisman Trophy, so he's the star player, which is the name of the card. Got there, I got it there.
We did it.
This is a 2-cost level 4 asset. Commits for a wild, is talent traded, as uses 2 endurance, limit 1 per investigator. Reaction: after you move during your turn, replenish 1 endurance on star player. That's nice.
Okay.
Fast: during a skill test, exhaust star player and spend 1 endurance. Treat the skill icons on all non-weakness cards in your hand or committed to the skill test as fist or foot. After this test resolves, draw 1 card.
Neat.
Yeah, that's very good.
I like this.
Big and Moose. Moose is probably just going to want to grab these as soon as he can.
Big and Moose, Big and Rita, not bad for parallel Jenny.
Yeah.
Actually, not bad in Silas.
It is not bad in Silas, actually.
Yeah, it's not bad in Silas. There's some good here. I like this. It's not broken. It doesn't feel like too powerful.
No. Well, it's a level 4 card, right? And it's talent, and it's only limit 1, so like it feels appropriate. All these high level talents should do things like this.
Yes.
So I feel like it is appropriate for what it is.
Yeah. Next is Steely, which is a 2 XP skill, commits for 2 wild. It gains 2 wild. It's an innate and spirit traded. Steely gains 2 wild if you were attacked this round, even if that attack was cancelled. If this test is an attack, evasion, or parlay against an enemy that attacked you this round, treat each non-autofail token revealed during the skill test as an Elder Sign instead.
You filled in something for your brain. It says treat each autofill token revealed as an Elder Sign instead.
Oh. Thank you. I assumed it was each non-autofail because that's usually what these are saying.
Correct.
Sorry. To be clear, if this test is an attack, evasion, or parlay against an enemy that attacked you this round, treat each auto-fail token revealed during this test as an Elder Sign instead. Clearly not as good as I just mistook it for, but this does remove the auto-fail from the bag, which is inherently quite good.
Yeah. I mean, talk about a good Silas card.
Great in Silas, great in... the people who I already was like, oh, who's taking a lot of attacks? Old Tommy, Daniela, Silas,
Yeah, in general, this is
Yorick.
just nice.
This is good. I like this. And it works for parlays, which I think is very nice and important.
Yeah. Yeah, this is just overall is just most likely a uh either 2 or 4 boost.
Mm-hmm.
And then can work as veil protection. So
Yeah, and because it has the word parlay on it, Alessandra can take it.
you know what? That's actually reasonable. Okay. Okay, sorry. Once again, the art stunned me for a second. Our next card is Think Twice, a level 1 skill card that commits for a Book of Fist and a Wild. It is practice traded. When you commit Think Twice to a skill test, you may commit another copy of Think Twice from your discard pile to this test. If this test is successful, and there are 2 copies of Think Twice committed to it, discover 1 clue at your location, or deal 1 damage to an enemy at your location.
Sure. Like, that's fine. You find a first copy, you use it.
Mm-hmm.
You find your second copy, you use it, which inherently resurrects the first copy from your discard pile, and then it lets you discover a clue or deal a damage.
Mm-hmm.
Barring other shenanigans to cycle any of these back into your hand or to your deck, that seems okay.
Yeah, I mean the trick is going to be that once you find the second one, you're going to be trying to just always get one back to your hand so that you can keep doing the trick because they both sit in your discard pile when you're done. So you just
Yep.
have to keep doing that. But like,
I am scared of this card in Amanda. Because if she puts one under her and the other one's in the discard pile, then every single test that she takes, she would get to dredge the other one back up and get the bonus effect if she succeeds.
I mean, sure, but like, isn't isn't that just like saying that you're scared of upgraded deduction in Amanda?
I guess this is more flexible than upgraded deduction, but
I mean, but like barely. Like it also
it
deals damage, but like
it it feels a little bit like the everything combos with York joke when it's just
yeah,
like it's a practice card that combos with Amanda. Amanda's already doing ridiculous things. I get that, but I'm just like I'm just
like I get
noting
it.
it.
I get it. I get what you're saying, right? I just don't think it's doing anything that Amanda isn't already doing.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's not broken.
yeah. It's neat.
It's neat. Kind of
Yeah.
niche, but neat.
Yeah.
Then lastly, we have upgraded Vaulting Pole. 3 cost, 3 XP, commits for strength and 2 agility. Item, weapon, melee, fight. You get plus X for this strength for this attack, where X is the number of times you have moved this round. This attack deals plus 1 damage. Reaction, after you attack via the above action, you can exhaust Vaulting Pole to move to a connecting location.
Nice.
Neat. It doesn't make it any better to hit. It doesn't do it any better for damage. It just makes it so you can free trigger move when you attack, which means you can drag along all the enemies that you brought with you or that you had attached to you without provoking attacks of opportunity.
Yeah.
Neat.
That that is neat.
I think that's a fair cost for that effect.
It probably is, and if for nothing else, it's probably just best to try and limit whatever nonsense could happen to probably being level 3, and it just kind of makes
Yeah,
sense. Like survivor weapons are supposed to be unreliable.
yeah.
Okay, so that gets us through survivor.
Any favorites?
Honestly, probably just tough as nails. It's just for the effect that I feel like should already be in survivor. And I think this is just a good card. And like anyone who like plays like has survivor available to them like is like ooh they tend to be tankier and like want to like get hit, so like
Mm-hmm.
this is just a good card for that. I did like football pads. It was good.
Yep. I like football pads. Fourth down blitz, I think, is my current. As I'm reading the cards, blitz might be my front runner for favorites.
Flea flicker is also there. I like it as just like a neat card.
Yeah, I do. Flea Flicker is a card that I could see myself playing in a lot of decks in multiplayer.
Yeah, I was thinking the
It's just
same
like an
thing.
easy add. It's just like I don't if I don't need these cards, or if I do need some cards and you have a bunch. Otherwise, it's just an agility or an intellect.
Yeah,
That's nice.
yeah.
I'm
Okay,
gonna repeat what I've said about the other sets. I like what this set is doing, and I like what these cards are doing and how they're going about them.
I generally like a lot of them. This one I
Yeah.
seem like these are always I'll feel a lot more keyed to Moose than a lot of the other stuff, which is not a bad statement. It just seems like they play better with a lot with some specific survivors and then specifically Moose.
Yeah.
Whereas other sets kind of have felt more general. Others,
Yeah, I get that. Um, there are definitely cards where I was looking at it where it's like, oh yeah, I could use this in a much more, ignoring the heavy football theme. I can use this in a interesting sense, like the. But yeah, I can definitely see what you're saying, where it's like, yeah, it's definitely much more for like the
yeah, like
tanky builds.
yeah, there are some cards in here that do other things, but like that it seems like that's kind of more key to the more physical elements of Survivor.
Yeah,
Not a bad, not
tanky
a,
builds and movement builds. Yeah.
yeah, not a bad thing. It just that's just kind of what it's like.
Mm-hmm. So there are 5 specialist cards that come with this set. Now, as a quick reminder, I'm just going to go through the investigators. So, Delphine is Believer and Sorcerer. Maxwell Pike is Criminal and Entrepreneur. Moose Grissom is Assistant and Miskatonic. Seneca Rhodes is Artist and Socialite. And Yvette Hero is Medic and Veteran traded. Okay.
Fully expect these to be flavored off of one for each. While they may have some crossover,
Yeah.
but
So the first one is Home Advantage, which is for Miskatonic and Silver Twilight decks only, which
a
Nick and I
moose.
both. Yeah. It's for Moose, but Nick and I perk up at Silver Twilight decks. It is a 1-cost skill. Commits for a will and a wild, innate and spirit traded. If this test is successful, until the end of the round, each investigator gets +1 skill value during all skill tests printed on or made against scenario cards that entered play this round.
Mm,
And
mm.
1 for Old MU. Okay. I I get the theming of it. Like things that are new to the board don't have like you've got the home team advantage, quote unquote. You're more established than they are.
Uh,
Why is this Silver Twilight traded? Or Silver Twilight deck only?
I I just don't think you needed to have the entered play this round part.
Yeah, I
Would
don't
move
think you
this
needed
card
that
by what?
either.
For just a +1, like I don't know if it needed the extra condition.
Like, I get it. It's every investigator gets +1 skill value during all skill tests
Yeah, I mean I
printed
get it.
on.
I get it, but like I guess my whole point is that we start on the board before
Yeah.
any of those cards do, pretty much. So
I
like,
mean, okay, I guess Silver Twilight Lodge, you've got like the like we're established, we're part of
I
the
mean,
community, I
uh,
guess, yeah.
yeah, I mean, I get that part. Like, you are part of Arkham, right? Those are the two like parts that are like part of Arkham, like I know part of
Yeah.
Arkham proper, like the civilized parts of Arkham. You're not criminals. Um, made against scenario cards. Like, does that count investigations?
Um I forget if investigations count, but it would be like fighting. Fighting would work.
Yeah, fighting and evading I know would work. Um,
I forget if investigates are qualify for that or not. Because survival techniques. Survival techniques. Because choose a card. No, during a skill test on a location or on a treachery card attached to your location. And I think they ruled that investigating isn't on
yeah,
a location.
that would make sense.
So I don't know if it qualifies as against this.
If
I'm not sure
if
that qualifies.
investigates counted for this, that still wouldn't be all that great because it'd have to be on cards that entered play this round.
Yeah, I think you could just chop that off and then it would be decent. Like,
Yeah, if it
it's
just wasn't
not.
ones that entered play this round, if it was just you get this printed on or made against scenario cards, uh, I think that's fine.
Yeah, I think that's fine for a 1 XP skill card.
Yeah, that has to then still be successful. Like it's only giving +1, so
Yep.
it's not like too crazy. I think that I think that would have been fine. As is, it's kind of just more niche.
Yeah. I think it's too niche as is.
Probably. Okay, our next one is illegal modifications. A 1 cost level 2 event. Upgrade supply and illicit. It goes in criminal, hunter, and veteran decks. I'm sorry, and it commits for a foot. Attach illegal modifications to a weapon asset you control. Attached asset gains illicit. Forced after you successfully attack with the attached asset. You must either take 1 damage or deal 1 damage to the attacked enemy or discard the attached asset.
You must take 1 damage and deal one
Oh, I'm
damage to the
sorry.
attached
And
enemy, or the attacked enemy, or discard. Yeah. Um. So it's criminal, hunter, veteran, which means Yvette and Maxwell can take it. I feel like this is more for Yvette than it is for Maxwell, but thematically it's really weird in Yvette.
yeah, like if not having seen the others yet, if the idea was to flavor them for one for each, this doesn't really feel like Maxwell.
Yeah, I'm not like I can see the value of this in I can see the value of this in like a Tony deck. I can see the value of this in a Michael McGlenn deck. I can see the value of this in a Zoe deck.
I mean, can new Tommy take this?
No, I wish.
He's not a
Uh,
veteran.
both. Uh, oh, that's really weird. So sorry. Old Tommy is police and warden traded.
Uh-huh.
I'm disappointed he lost the warden trait. He's just police traded, which makes him way less interesting from a specialist point of view.
That's too bad.
Yeah, come on, new Tommy. Get with the picture. You came out after specialist cards.
Yeah. Like I mean it's neat, but
I don't. It's just too much.
I just don't get like what it's doing. Like it has this
It,
force effect that's giving you extra damage, I guess. But
like
like
it's so here. Sorry. I'll let you finish your thought before I just hijack everything.
because like it makes it illicit, but does that mean anything? I don't think we have
Um,
cards that care about that, do we?
there's a hidden pocket which can be used only on illicit things, like
Okay.
for extra slots for illicit things.
Okay.
But otherwise, generally no.
And then my next question is, so the people that it goes into, uh, a lot of their weapons that they're going to be taking,
Mm-hmm.
I guess maybe not the veterans, but a lot of their weapons are going to be illicit.
Sure. So, like, it's I don't see what this is trying to do. So it's an action. Like, okay, let's quibble with the things I don't like about this card. First off, it's an action. I know that a lot of upgrades are, take a full action. Some of them don't take full actions. This one doesn't give you an inherent bonus. It's a double-edged sword. So I'm more inclined to be like, "Hey, this should be fast. If you're going to keep the rest of the card the same, at least entice me into taking this devil's bargain by making it fast." Okay. So now it can attach to a weapon asset that you control. Now, you're modifying it. I think thematically, you should only be able to attach this to firearms. Because as printed, I can play Tony Morgan and attach this to Switchblade
Uh-huh.
and then be doing two damage base with a Switchblade as Tony Morgan. 3 damage if I can succeed by enough, which, let's be honest, isn't that hard. And I don't understand thematically how I am modifying a knife. That's kind
True.
of weird to me. So I kind of wish that it was limited in that regard, but I understand that would be a hindrance to this card, which is why I still think it should be fast. But then we get to the you must either take a damage and deal damage to the attacked asset or discard the attached asset. I'm just like, I don't like that bargain at all. I mean, I get that that's a playstyle, but the people that I want to play that style in are not the people who generally have access to this card. I want to play that in Old Tommy with my soak. I want to play that in a lot of survivor decks. Not a lot of survivors can take this card.
No,
I'd want to play this in Daniela. Can't. Like, the people who want those Thorn builds can't take this for the most part.
the person who, quite frankly, that exists already that can make pretty good use of this card is Mark Harrigan.
Sure, he is actually probably the best person and maybe the only person I would look at this card in.
But the thing is that
And Yvette because she wants to take damage for the same reason that Mark does.
yeah, and Yvette it works pretty decently in,
Yeah.
but like
Thematically weird, but fine.
yeah, but like that's fine. But like the thing with Mark is that he really doesn't want this because he has a way of taking damage already for benefit.
Sure. And he can
Like,
deal
he doesn't
damage like nothing.
right, and so what does he care?
Yeah. I
I
I
am
mean I
just
think
not very impressed by this.
I'd
And
rather
on top
it
of that,
discard itself. Like, it gives
yeah,
you a double-edged bonus that if you don't want it anymore, you just rip off the modification and it discards itself.
I mean, sure. Like I said, I would just rather have this. I would rather it be more themed to Maxwell Pike's like bartender nature and like do something like that. I would rather this be some kind of booze. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, but there
Uh,
might be more booze. We haven't looked at the other three cards.
we haven't, but I get big rogue vibes from this,
Oh, huge rogue vibes.
and so that to me is supposed to be the Maxwell Pike theming. If my guess is here, uh,
Sure.
so
Uh,
that's just me. I it's okay. I don't think it's all that great personally.
positive. Positive for the card. Let's leave on a positive note. It is a supply event, which means Mark and Yvette can attach it to their plan.
That's not nothing.
That's not nothing. It does make the initial cost of me wanting to play this significantly lower for the decks that I would want to play this in. So, you know what? Let's leave on that note. Next is the Shard of Uvhash. 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 Uvhash?
Uvash? I'm not sure.
Uvash? Caligula's Madness. Oh, you have my attention now. If we're gonna go like, okay, two cost, 2 XP asset, item, relic, weapon, melee, commits for a strength, and a wild. It is for cursed, cultist, sorcerer, and witch decks only. So Delphine is the only one in this set that can take it.
Yeah. It is also unique if you did not mention that.
I don't believe I did. It is unique. I mean, of course, it's Caligula's Madness.
Yeah.
You can't have two of those. The world could not handle two Caligulas. Um,
Yeah.
Forced, when it enters play, place a doom on it.
Okay.
Fight with strength. You get +2 strength for this attack. If this attack is successful, you may remove one doom from Shard of Uvhash, or take one direct horror. If you do, this attack deals +1 damage. If you do what? I'm assuming take a horror.
If you remove a doom or take a horror.
I guess that's fine. If this attack is successful, you may remove one doom from it or take one direct horror. If you do, this attack deals +1 damage. Okay, I'm on board. And then it takes up a hand slot and an arcane slot.
It's fine.
I like it.
Yeah. For the people that this is going to, this is something that they may want.
So, ignoring. Okay, so cultist, curse, sorcerer, witch. That's going to be a lot of purple, which is fine.
Yes.
Because then you can theoretically find ways to, especially with cards in this set, recharge its doom value, so you can keep removing. Oh, it only does +1 damage if you remove a doom or take a direct horror.
Yes.
I like this less now.
So the thing that I like about it is this is a receptacle for doom. And then it also can remove doom from it. So
Yes, but it
it's
doesn't.
effectively a way for you to store doom that you are putting on your cards and then removing it. So
Sure,
it doesn't
but
exhaust.
you have. It does not exhaust. That is a point in its favor. You have to have ways to put doom on it,
Yeah.
which
Or be wanting to
excluding,
take a bunch of horror.
yeah, or a bunch of direct horror, which is
That's what, yeah.
I.
So original Agnes as an example. This is quite
Oh,
good in.
she loves that. I'm. It's a lot of direct horror. I don't. I my initial enthusiasm has been tempered. I can't say that this card is bad though. Just for a, I guess it is. I mean, I guess at base it is a 2 cost hand accessory that you get +2 strength when you fight for to do 1 damage in a class that has a lot of ways to heal horror and usually a lot of horror soak. Yeah, I guess that's pretty good. I've
Yeah,
talked
like
myself back up to liking this.
I think it's fine. Like the value, like I said, is I think it's a way to like soak your Doom to like if you need a place to put Doom on it on something, and then it can remove itself from it. So
Yeah, there's just not a lot of ways to like. Yeah, there are cards in this set that let you put Doom on it, but outside of cards in this set, there's not a lot of ways to manipulate Doom in that manner.
no, but there are plenty of treachery cards that will put Doom on your
Sure,
cards, and this is just like a fair target, and then you're like, oh, perfect.
sure.
Our next one is Rudolph Vandermeer, an Eye for Talent, a 3-cost level 3 unique ally asset. Commits for a will and a book, patron traded. Goes in artist, entrepreneur, or performer decks.
So Seneca and Maxwell can take him.
Okay. Uses 2 resources. Replenish these resources at the start of each round. Resources on Rudolph Vandermeer may be spent to pay for ally cards. You get 1 additional ally slot for every 10 resources in your resource pool. And he soaks for 1 and 3.
Huh. I mean, Seneca likes this.
Yes.
Pretty obviously. I artist, entrepreneur, and performer. I mean, I guess. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I see artist and my mind always goes to Safina. So
I was just thinking Safina too. She'd have the money to also to pump into this,
yeah, I would say a
but
big money Safina deck is like is it's neat for a bunch of
but
things.
but then that means she's doing a bunch of ally stuff and not necessarily doing a bunch of event stuff.
Yeah, but that could be fine.
Let me pull up from way back in Arkham Horror episode 26, where I put together a table of specialist cards. Um, Traits chart. There we go. So, artist. There's only 2 artists. Oh no, there's only two
Yeah,
artist cards. There we go. Sorry.
yeah. There aren't that many artists. I
Um,
think Patrice,
I think she's just performer
or
traded.
she's performer, right? Because they have performer.
Yeah, artist is more for like visual arts
Yeah.
and things like that. Um, yeah, I let's see. Then the number of so there's not a lot of cards for artists. There's not a lot of I don't know. I can see its value in Seneca. I can see its value in, I guess, entrepreneur. You can get you know, there's not that many entrepreneurs either.
No, but this in Maxwell is at least a different kind of thing that he can do too. There's
Yeah,
plenty of allies that he has access to that he could make work, and could
yeah.
get the money to like get a bunch of them.
Like this is good for what it is. It's just niche, and for the people that I'd want to put it in, because like I'd love this in Charlie Kane,
Yeah, I would say
but
the real thing you want is it for to be in Charlie Kane. I am half surprised it's not socialites.
oh, it'd
Um,
be great if it was socialite traded. There are only 3 entrepreneurs. Bob Jenkins, okay, maybe.
oh, that could work.
Daniela Ray's chapter 1, and Marion. I don't think any of them particularly care about this.
Marion, maybe.
Bob, I would say Bob is the one on that one.
Yeah,
Um, Artist Safina.
yeah, it's Josephina.
Wow. Okay, and then performer. There's a lot of those. Andre Patel. Yeah, you could get some use out of him here. Dexter Drake. Maybe. Jim Culver. Not especially. Lola. Eh. Marie. Eh. Patrice is performer. Eh.
You
In
could.
Seneca, great. Everywhere else, I'm kind of looking at it. I'm just like, it's fine if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, it's it's a toolbox for everyone else, but Seneca's looking like that, like being like, "Ooh, tasty."
Yeah, it's real good in Seneca. Okay, and then the last card is a one cost level 1 event, Splint. For Drifter, Medic, Veteran, and Wayfarer decks only, it is improvised and tactic traded. Fast, play after an investigator at your location takes 1 or more damage or draws an injury card. Heal 1 damage from the chosen investigator and attach Splint to them. Forced at the end of the round, discard Splint. If the attached investigator did not move this round, that investigator draws 2 cards.
Neat.
Yeah, I like that a lot. It's not flashy, but it doesn't need to be. It's just 1 cost 1 XP fast event. That's just like, yeah, you took it's like a quick bandage, but also if you don't move this round, have 2 cards. Sure, I like this a lot.
That this goes great in every single one of these. I have to laugh that it's in Drifter and
Yeah,
Wayfarer decks. That makes me laugh
that is kind of
because a lot
funny.
of their cards are based off of a lot of their like specialist cards are like movement things. So I just think that's I just particularly get a chuckle out of that one.
Yeah. Um. Okay, so Splint. Now that we're looking back at this, Splint is clearly for yeah illegal modifications is for Maxwell Pike, and it's not reading as Maxwell Pike-ish to me.
It's not for me either. Like I said, I wish this was like a booze. 'Cause did we get a booze for a specialist card?
I don't believe so. Um, I know we got booze for a multi-class card.
Yeah. But that's
Let's see if I can search by specialist cards. I don't know if I. Well, I mean, I can just go to Drowned City Investigator expansion. It's the only place they exist. But I'm pretty sure. Actually, wait. I've got my whole list of all of the Hyper Pass, Bound for the Horizon.
I do not see any booze.
Um, I mean, Nose to the Grindstone. I think that's about cocaine, but not booze. Memories from of Another Life. That could be about absinthe.
Yeah, but we have absinthe.
I know, but no, there's no specialist booze card.
Yeah, which to me is just kind of a. I feel like that would have been the thing to do here. Um, I would have just been more interested in that.
Sure, but
It's not
okay.
the. So Splint's the winner of these specialist cards. Do we
Uh,
kind of agree on that?
yeah, Splint is my favorite out of all of these,
Just
but
a little more
I'm
ubiquitous,
also
especially for the people that are here. Like for
yeah.
every
It's
every medic and veteran is they're like, oh great.
yeah. There's it's a card that again, as I've commented before, I'm a much bigger fan of a bunch of smaller effects. I like smaller XP cards to just make the my general deck power go up as opposed to a bunch of or just a handful of big splashy effects. Honestly, like I think increasing this to 2 XP would be too much.
Yeah, I think it's
Because
fine.
it's just a small little effect, but like it's just a good small little effect. It's
Mhm.
so easy just to trigger this, throw it out there, and if you can coordinate to draw some cards off of it, it's just nice. And it doesn't yeah.
Yeah, I think probably the next one I think is pretty good is the Shard of Uvash.
Yeah, I would I would agree about that one. It's it's good and it's interesting the number of weapons that sorcerers specifically have access to from specialist cards.
It is kind of impressive.
And I'm just like, I have yet to really play one of them. Because I'm
Yeah,
just like, for the most part, I can get what I want to damage wise out of a sorcerer with my spells. So
yeah.
I'm really
That's
more
always been
looking.
my thought with those. I'm like, weird that all this is here, but hey, that's there. This one I like
Yeah,
though because it's a way to channel doom for things. So that to me is like the and it's a horror source if you care about that. But like,
let me. Let's. I'm just gonna humor myself. I'm looking for cultist trade. I think the only cultist traded investigator is Diana Stanley.
almost for
Yep.
sure.
And then cursed is cursed
Three of them
is Patrice Calvin.
and Rex, right?
I think so, but my computer is thinking. Hello, computer.
Computer
Amina Zidane,
is cursed.
yeah, is cursed traded.
Huh.
Chosen and cursed. Calvin, Jim Culver parallel specifically. Kohaku. Yeah, he's both. And then Patrice, and then parallel Rex, but not original Rex. And then parallel Wendy, but not original Wendy.
Huh.
Um, yeah, I don't. I'm gonna. And then I guess I'll just double check who's which traded, just in. No, who is which traded for investigators?
Lola,
Marie, just Marie.
she's performer. Why does it say? Oh, because weird.
New Marie got the witch trait.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got the witch trait. Tommy lost Warden. I don't know.
Eh,
Um, so here's the thing: is I like the Shard of Uvash. I think it's fine and balanced and whatnot. But the more I think about it, the more I'm like, I don't think I'm ever gonna take this, except maybe in Delphine.
I think the it's still pretty specific on who wants it. So it's just here for the archetype in my mind, and then it gives
Sure.
options to the people who may want it.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. It's fine. I have nothing against it. I'm just I guess I'm just more reflecting again on just the number of random weapons that sorcerers can take, and I'm just like, don't want most of these. They're neat. There's nothing wrong with them. Just don't use them.
Yeah.
I'm just
Otherwise,
concerned that that would be the same thing here. Sorry, I'll
yeah.
stop.
My otherwise my main kind of things stand with the specialist cards where they are fine.
Yeah, they're
Splint
fine.
is pretty good. Uh, Still pretty specific, but at least it's something that the people that are gonna use it are gonna like, oh, nice, and then everything else is like, okay.
Yeah,
Like Rudolph Vandermeer is nice. But like it's specific and it opens up an archetype for the people here if they ever use it.
yeah, but yeah. Again, it's just he's neat. Um, yeah, I feel like I'm just
Yeah,
excuse me. I feel like I'm just kind of not saying anything of value.
yeah. The downside is we only have 5 cards here, so we don't have much more to say. Um,
Yeah.
so overall, how do we feel about the set?
Overall, strong theming, interesting sets of cards for all the factions. I don't feel like any one faction did came away with significantly more than any other faction or was significantly lesser than any other faction. I generally think that this is a fairly strong set.
Yeah, I think some classes got like some more specific flavors to their pie. Like the
Yes.
survivors, I think got a very specific slice for themselves.
Yep.
As did the guardians, they got some specific slices, but they each kind of open up a different like area for them.
Hmm.
The seeker got some weird new things.
I think the Seeker's the weirdest of the pie slices.
Yeah, and they just got a bunch of new weird options. Never a bad thing. It's coming as a rogue player who has like spent the whole life of this game just getting weird new tools. So there's nothing wrong with it, and you always can. It's fun to go through and figure out and look at your collection and be like, where did this card come from, and why is it useful now?
Yep.
Uh, and then I do like in general the rogue cards.
Yeah.
Once
Yeah.
again,
Like they're
useful new tools. I like the booze. I don't know why. I particularly like all the different boozes. All of them are interesting.
and like that's. I think that's a testament to the card design as a whole. It's just like even the cards that we were like, oh, that's too good, or that's perhaps a little undercurve or whatever. Just like all of the cards were interesting,
Yeah,
and
I
that's not the Midwestern interesting. That's actually interesting.
yeah, I will hold that I don't think outside of the specialist cards that we just kind of went through, I don't think that too many of these we were like, "Oh, huh, I wish that it did this." And then it would be more interesting to think about playing or doing all this. Like
Yeah,
things were like there was a level that I would call each of these like playable or at least I could see where a deck could be made out of it and
yeah.
not like feel like too nuts. Like not look at it and be like, "Huh, why did you play that that card?"
Yeah. It has a high batting average for like how I feel about the cards and how well I think the cards do in comparison to each other and in comparison to official content. So like, yeah, I I think I kind of had this thought that I was keeping to myself, and I wasn't sure I was going to bring it up or not. But I dare say that these cards have been more interesting and perhaps better balanced than the chapter 2 stuff so far.
Man, the main
That
problem
said,
the main problem
the
with the
chapter
chapter
2
2,
stuff did have to reestablish the baseline.
yeah, I, that's the main thing, right? Is like fan made cards can go off the wall.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, also, oh, sorry,
so
finish
if
your
they
thought before I
aren't
make a
interesting,
joke.
I think that there's other questions that are raised.
Yeah.
And chapter 2 is establishing things and like it's supposed to be core set stuff, so they're going to be kind of inherently semi uninteresting. But otherwise, yeah, I think there's a lot here that is quite good. I Is there an investigator from this chat that you are like looking at maybe wanting to play sometime?
Yvette.
Yvette, yeah, it's kind of what
And
I figured.
let me guess, you're looking at Mr. Pike.
Man, I keep telling myself all the time that I want to play less rogues. But then I see other rogues and I'm like, "Oh, hey, that's neat."
Yeah. Kind of sucks sometimes when it's like, man, they just know something that I think is interesting that looks like it'll be fun to play. Oh no.
Yeah.
Um, I, if nothing else, this set has continued the trend of like, yeah, uh, fan content can come up with some really good things, and I'm excited to see what other content they come up with. If this is if this is the first set, I'm interested to see what the next set does.
Yeah, like always, if the the Beard and or Justin want to come on and give us a tongue lashing for not understanding their design, be more than happy to talk with them.
Yeah. Or if they want to send in notes, we're happy to do that. But the main thing that we're happy to do is just to provide feedback on this and draw people's attention to this. So I'm just gonna capstone this with, hey, these cards they're in beta. They're looking for feedback. If you're interested in trying these out, go to the Playing Board Games Discord where you can find the TTS mod for this and find a thread where you can provide feedback about these. Go do that thing. I command you.
I'm
Do the
ready.
thing.
I'm doing it.
All right. Well, thanks, Nick, as always, for joining me. It's been fun.
Yeah, always fun.
And yeah, if anybody wants to get in contact with me about anything we've said, feel free to reach out to me at therestrictedcollection@gmail.com, or you can find me around as Head Librarian Chad on Reddit and Discord. Thanks for listening.